we about to learn about some NXT right now. I ain't gonna lie. Before like, let's see, maybe 2022, maybe 2023, when I first started watching NXT. Well, don't get it twisted. I'm still not watching on the weekly, but like I keep up with it, and I watch like the PLEs. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it was Heatwave just came out. But anyways, we about to learn about some like some Black and Gold era or whatever. A lot of people say on like Twitter, whatever, that's like their best era or whatever, because well, you had NXT when it first came out, like 2010, right? Maybe Black and Gold era with like Shinsuke, Kevin Owens, Adam Cole, I think, right? You get NXT 2.0, then you get NXT now. And I'm not gonna lie, from what I see, it might be, you know what I'm saying, their greatest era, but like right now it could be. We just gotta see. But I'm excited to see, bro. Like, comment, sub. I'm gonna leave the link down below. Just get it, man.
For years, WWE's developmental system was like the forgotten stepchild of the wrestling world. A place where aspiring superstars would go to pay their dues before hopefully, if they were lucky, getting called up to the bright lights of Raw or SmackDown. And sure, the talent was there. Future stars like Seth Rollins, Big E, and Dean Ambrose were honing their craft in developmental. But it felt more like an overbaked rehearsal rather than must-see TV. It wasn't terrible, but you weren't missing anything life-changing either. But then, in 2012, a massive shift occurred. Triple H, the cerebral assassin, the King of Kings himself, stepped up to the plate and decided,
the future is now.
Whoa, hold on. Whoa, hold on. But nah, for real, whoa, hold on. Because we're starting to see a trend, bro. When Triple H takes over a show, a brand, whatever, just creative and control in general, look at what we get. Look at it. NXT Golden Era, whatever, skyrockets. WWE in general right now, skyrocketing, bro. Triple H is that guy, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
The game was ready to play, and he was playing for keeps. No more rehearsals, no more second-rate shows. He wanted to mold NXT into something more than just a developmental program. He wanted to create a brand that could stand on its own 2 feet and rival the main roster. A brand that would make the whole wrestling world sit up and take notice. A brand that started off as a small passion project and went on to become the hottest thing in pro wrestling. So, my name's Gresh from Wrestleology, and today we're about to take a wild ride through the history of NXT under Triple H, from its humble beginnings to its rise as a legit third brand, and how it changed the future of WWE forever. This is How Good Was NXT Black and Gold. NXT's rebirth in 2012 saw the brand moving into Full Sail University, a venue that would become synonymous with the Black and Gold brand's identity. They wasted no time establishing their own championships, crowning Seth Rollins as the inaugural NXT champion and Paige as the first ever NXT Women's Champion. During these early years, NXT began to create new stars that would go on to make massive impacts in the world of wrestling. Names like The Shield, Big E, Bo Dallas, and Bray Wyatt all cut their teeth in NXT before ascending to the main roster. But it wasn't just the men's division that was thriving. NXT quickly gained a reputation for its focus on women's wrestling, treating their female superstars as equals to their male counterparts. The brand played host to the rise of stars like Paige and the Four Horsewomen, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Becky Lynch, who revolutionized women's wrestling in WWE, putting on classic matches and storylines that rivaled anything happening in the men's division. And let's not forget about the tag team division, which consistently delivered some of the most exciting and innovative matches in all of wrestling at the time. However, the true heart and soul of NXT during this time was the rise of Sami Zayn. As NXT's first true underdog babyface, Zayn captured the hearts of fans with his incredible in-ring skills and relatable persona. His rivalries with Cesaro and Kevin Owens were acclaimed by fans and critics alike and helped establish NXT as a brand to watch. And speaking of Kevin Owens, another thing that made NXT stand out during this period was its willingness to sign top indie wrestling talents. Names like Owens, Austin Aries, and Hideo Itami all made their way to NXT.
It's crazy, like, bro, I don't know much about indies or like overseas wrestling or whatever. But obviously all 3 of these guys were, you know, doing that. But Austin Aries and what's his name, Hideo, they ain't really pan out like that. I remember well, I really remember Hideo Itami from like WWE 2K16 my career, bro. I was always fighting him, bro. I ain't gonna lie, he's kind of annoying me. I don't like looking at him, bro. Just seen him too much. Austin Aries, I think he just had like a good feud with somebody in 205 Live, and I mean, I don't know what he did after that, but like Kevin Owens, the only one that really panned out on our main roster.
NXT during this time, bringing with them a wealth of experience and a loyal fan base. The roster was full of unique, larger-than-life characters, each with their own distinct personalities and in-ring styles. You never know who would show up in the crowd during an NXT takeover. You had guys like Finn Balor, the enigmatic Irish superstar with his iconic demon persona. Then there was Shinsuke Nakamura, the charismatic king of strong style, who quickly became one of the most popular superstars in all of NXT. I still remember that match with Sami Zayn till this day. And of course, who could forget about
I ain't gonna lie though, bruh. Shinsuke will never have that aura again. I'm not trying to hate, dude. I am not. But, like, you know, 2015, 2016, I think 17 too, that dude had a lot of aura. Anytime he'd come out, you know what I'm saying? He even had the dude playing the violin, I think. Everybody was singing his song, bro. It just, when he got on the main roster and he lost to AJ at Mania, bro, you want a low blow and stuff. It's like, bro, what are we doing? That's why I'm glad Vince is gone, bro, because his career is over right then and there in 2018. It's done. I mean, it's not done literally, but like he'll probably never get back to like world title picture, nothing. He'll put on good matches for sure, but like they just should have had him beat AJ. Same thing with Asuka, bro. Same thing with Asuka. Even though she's had a great career, like she's had bro, her WWE career and her accomplishments phenomenal, but her undefeated streak at Mania ended to Charlotte, bro. Bro, come on, are we serious? Charlotte did not need that, bro. Asuka needed that, bro.
Names like Asuka and Samoa Joe, two industry vets who brought a new level of intensity and star power to the brand, ready to, well, take over. And speaking of takeovers, in 2014, NXT changed the game forever with the introduction of their takeover special events. These shows, which aired live on the WWE network, quickly became must-see for wrestling fans around the world. With rabid crowds, jaw-dropping matches, and unforgettable moments,
that
these
is
events,
nasty,
which
dude.
typically took place the night right before a major WWE pay-per-view, became the gold standard for pro wrestling shows. NXT's first takeover event outside of Full Sail University, Takeover Brooklyn in 2015, was a massive turning point for the brand. Co-main evented by the NXT women's title match between Sasha Banks and Bayley that would go down as one of the greatest in NXT history. Brooklyn proved that NXT was more than just a developmental brand. It was the future, and the future was now. The signings of international stars like Bobby Roode and Shinsuke Nakamura only added to NXT's growing reputation as the hottest brand in wrestling. These talents, along with the likes of Finn Balor and Kevin Owens, helped NXT expand its reach far beyond the confines of Full Sail University. And of course, no discussion of NXT Black and Gold would be complete without mentioning some of the brand's most iconic rivalries. Early on, it was Sami Zayn's feud with Cesaro and later Kevin Owens that really put NXT on the map. These matches were unlike anything happening on the main roster at the time, showcasing a level of in-ring storytelling that had been sorely missing from WWE programming at the time. In the tag team division, it was the rivalry between DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, and The Revival that set a new standard for what tag team wrestling could be. Their matches were the perfect blend of technical wrestling, high-flying action, and emotional storytelling, culminating in a series of instant classics. And while we're on the subject of DIY, perhaps the defining rivalry of NXT's entire Black and Gold era was the one between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa.
Okay, I got something to say. And shout out to DIY. They're tag champs for the first time on the main roster. But like, I feel like Ciampa gonna turn on Johnny again. Just because, like, anytime they Johnny talking to Theory, like, I don't know, bro, what was I about to say? I was about to say Chamampa for some reason. Ciampa be looking at Gargano like, I don't know, it's not like he disappointed. It looked like he annoyed, like he always got his head down, shaking his head. But that's just me. I don't know. I feel a turn coming, bro.
What began as a heartwarming tale of friendship and
Close
tag
that
team
back
success
door, can't get
quickly
snaked
devolved
by
into a
my
bitter blood
homie.
feud that would span multiple years. Gargano and Ciampa's matches were the talk of the entire wrestling community, brutal affairs that pushed both men to their absolute limits, adding new layers to their characters and solidifying Gargano as the heart of NXT. Other notable rivalries include Aleister Black.
Hell no. Velveteen Dream. Hell no.
Black's feud against Velveteen Dream, Adam Cole's shocking betrayal of Kyle O'Reilly and the Undisputed Era, and Asuka's dominant undefeated streak, including her clashes with the likes of Ember Moon and Bayley at TakeOver Dallas.
War games, yo.
On the topic of TakeOver Dallas, the 2016 TakeOver special was a major turning point for the brand as it saw the in-ring debut of Shinsuke Nakamura against Sami Zayn, like I mentioned earlier, in an instant classic. From there, the TakeOver train kept rolling, with each event seemingly trying to outdo the last in terms of match quality and unforgettable moments. 2018 and 2019 saw NXT reach new heights with takeovers like New Orleans and New York, which are widely regarded as some of the greatest wrestling shows of all time. These events featured epic encounters like Gargano versus Andrade, Ciampa versus Aleister Black, and Adam Cole versus Gargano in a 2 out of 3 falls match that left fans speechless. NXT was truly taking the entire wrestling world by storm, with takeover specials often overshadowing even the main roster pay-per-views. With a roster full of world-renowned stars like Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, Ricochet, Rhea Ripley, EC3, Drew McIntyre, and many more, NXT was the place to be. It was also during this time that NXT brought back the iconic War Games match. The first NXT War Games match took place back in 2017, pitting the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly against Sanity and the team of Roderick Strong and the Authors of Pain. With the Undisputed Era getting the W, this match set the tone for the chaos and carnage that would define NXT's War Games matches. From there, War Games became an annual tradition in the NXT calendar that fans eagerly anticipated. But perhaps the most memorable War Games match of the Triple H era of NXT took place in 2019 when the Undisputed Era found themselves at odds with Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, Dominik Dijakovic, known as Dijak currently, and a returning Kevin Owens. This match was a true showcase Kevin Owens. This match was a true showcase of NXT's incredible roster, featuring a mix of already established main eventers and rising stars all battling it out inside the barbaric War Games structure. And as NXT's popularity continued to grow, it was only a matter of time before the brand outgrew its humble beginnings at Full Sail University. In 2019, NXT made the jump to the USA Network, going head-to-head with a newly formed AEW Dynamite on Wednesday nights. While NXT ultimately came up short in the Wednesday Night War in terms of viewership, the brand remained the go-to destination for fans that were seeking a true alternative to WWE's main roster programming. NXT's incredible roster depth, focus on in-ring action, and simple storytelling made it feel like a true super indie, even as it existed under the WWE umbrella. Of course, NXT was not without its struggles during this time. The women's division, which had been a cornerstone of the brand's success, suffered a bit of a lull after the departure of Asuka and the call-ups of the Four Horsewomen. However, the rise of stars like Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley helped rebuild the division and restore it to its former glory. The 2020 pandemic also presented a unique challenge for NXT, as the brand was forced to leave behind Full Sail University and the magic of its live crowds. While the empty arena shows were a far cry from the electrifying atmosphere of a packed TakeOver event, NXT continued to deliver in the ring, a testament to the incredible talent and the resilience of its roster.
Damn, Dijak. Ew, nasty word. NXT
But sadly,
2.0.
all good things must come to an end,
fuck,
and
dude?
NXT's Black and Gold era was no exception to that rule. In the summer of 2021, reports began to surface that NXT would be undergoing a major overhaul, with a renewed focus on younger, homegrown talent, and a move away from the indie wrestling style that had defined the brand for years. The writing was on the wall when WWE began to release a number of NXT's most prominent stars, many of whom had been instrumental in building the brand's identity identity over the past 9 years. As the NXT tenure of names like Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, and Kyle O'Reilly came to an end, fans were left to wonder what the future held for their beloved black and gold brand. The final nail in the coffin came with the debut of NXT 2.0 in September 2021, a complete rebranding that saw the black and gold color scheme replaced with a bright, multicolored logo and a renewed emphasis on the larger-than-life characters and soap opera-style storylines. The era of takeover events came to an unceremonious end, as did the tenure of Triple H as the brand's mastermind. So while the black and gold era may be over, in the end, perhaps the greatest testament to the success of NXT under Triple H is the fact that it was never supposed to get as big as it did. What started as a small developmental brand with a niche audience grew into a global phenomenon, a true third brand within the WWE universe that often outshined its main roster counterparts. From the early days of Sami Zayn and Cesaro to the epic rivalries of Gargano and Ciampa and the unforgettable takeover specials, NXT gave us everything we could have ever wanted as wrestling fans. It was a brand that celebrated the past while building for the future. For 9 years, through its commitment to authentic storytelling, incredible in-ring action, and giving a platform to new stars, NXT was the shining light in an often dark.
Who we got in that frame right here? Damn, I ain't gonna lie, I probably would not be able to name nobody else but Carmelo. Never mind, but that is a young Carmelo right here.
To new stars,
Strong
NXT was the shining light in an often dark wrestling landscape, a brand that celebrated the art of pro wrestling and gave fans a product they could truly be proud of. So here's to you, NXT Black and Gold. Thank you for the memories, the moments, and the matches. Thank you for giving us a reason to believe in wrestling again, and most importantly, thank you for being unapologetically yourself. But before we go, I do want to quickly add that I've actually been paying attention to the current NXT for a little bit under a year now, and I must say it is getting way better than what NXT 2.0 was when it first debuted back in September of 2021. Some of the storylines and the uses of characters like Ilya Dragunov, Baron Corbin, Braun Breaker, and Carmelo Hayes.
No disrespect to Baron Corbin, because he fake a OG now, like he not young no more. But these three right here, from left to right, Ilya, Braun, and Carmelo, literally the future, bro. Literally the future, bro.
During the time I've been watching have been absolutely incredible to witness. So I'm not throwing any shade at the current NXT product. I actually still watch it to this day because of people like Trick Williams and Dijak. So don't go hating in the comments. This was just a retrospective.
Ain't gonna lie, he is undermining what NXT is doing though, bro. Like they doing their stuff down there. About
the time that NXT was arguably better than the main roster product. But
well, that's a good video too. We might gotta check this one out right here. But nah, I mean, shoot, like NXT may be WWE's greatest creation. Like, it's literally like you could just spam bringing talent over there, build them up, and put them on the main roster. You can do that forever, bro, and it's work, bro. Like what they're doing with Braun, Ilya, Carmelo, bro. They just what the WWE draft probably a couple months ago, but what they're doing with Braun, bro, what they're doing with Melo and Ilya, bro, like they're gonna be superstars. You know what I'm saying? Not literally, oh, WWE superstar, but like these dudes are gonna be at the top of the roster for years to come, bro. Like they doing their stuff down there in NXT, but it's cool to see the history, bro. Like, comment, sub. Let me know what y'all want to see next. We out. Let's get it.